Hello, everyone. So, I was a little quiet last week. I was out on vacation, but it's August and there's a lot. Hello, everyone. I hope we're. Facebook does this funny thing where I can't tell that I've been talking for a while and if it's actually been live. So, we're going to start again. Hello, everyone. I am looking forward to giving you a quick update for August, or maybe not a quick update, but an in-depth update for August and how to make the most of this month. And then do an update on the group. So let me start with the little housekeeping stuff first. Kind of feels like we're going to be wrapping this group up by the 15th, 16th. I was looking at my calendar. Kind of feels like that energy is a good energy of completion. And in that time frame, I'm going to schedule some times. I have posted a link in the group asking for people to share what times they're available, and there's absolutely like one time over the next 2 weeks that is available where two people can show up at the same time. So I'm just going to put them on the books and see who can come, and if you can't come, we'll just go from there. Okay, let's talk about August. This is a really fiery month, and I've already done a little post on this in terms of self-care on Instagram. If you'd like to go take a look, I will see about sharing it in the group a little bit later. But it's going to be a fiery month, but I'm speaking to you specifically because it feels like this month is for you. Literally for you, for me, for all of the light workers, for all of the conscious individuals. I'm going to say women, but for us it's going to be all people who've really been working what I would say is outside of the norm, outside of the conventional world, to hold the belief, the space, the energy for things that are other, that are real and viable and helpful to our world. And I think this month is really going to be literally the fire underneath us, but also the fire that lights the way. So I wanted to share this with you so that you can, today on this full moon, really anchor in the energy of August, because this energy is going to carry us through to the end of December, and it's really the energy that is going to begin unfolding for the next 200 years. And just on a personal standpoint, it feels really, really good to actually feel this in my bones. I am super excited. So I don't often read astrology forecasts. Occasionally there will be one or two that comes through, or I'll go pop over and look for some when I can't, like I'm not getting a full feel of the energy of what's going on and why am I feeling so blah. But for some reason, this particular August, honestly, there has been at least half a dozen that have shown up for me to read, and it's been sort of a tuning. It's like a radio station tuning, like the old time when you turn the dial. It's like, okay, everything has come into a kind of clarity that is pretty amazing. So here's what I'm going to offer you. Use this month to light your way for the activities you have coming that you want to unfold and unveil for the given next couple of years. Okay, so take the time, reflect, use your own authority and strategy that we've talked about for human design, and get very clear about how you want to light the fire under yourself to share this with the world, to share this with the people that are here for you. Every one of you is here because you have some intuitive gift, some desire to serve the world, some belief that you have access to information that is not purely of the five senses, and you listen to your inner wisdom. That is going to be the energy that is needed in the midst of the turbulence going on. So as we look at this full moon, of course, is about lighting up things that we're ending, that are complete. And I'm going to say it's also lighting up our opportunity to close the door on the way we have been in the past, believing that we are like the witches of old, persecuted or unwanted, or keeping ourselves slightly hidden. That door is closed. Consider it closed. It's over. And take yourself forward with all grace and professionalism and joy, with the gifts that you have into the world, because the world is now ready for us. So that's what I would like to say. Use this full moon to close that door in whatever symbolic way you can. That's over. Anything you might see in the external world that's playing out, that's just old. They're shadows, they're echoes, they're leftovers. They're not what is now and what is going forward. Okay, that's number one. On the new moon, which comes around the 17th or 18th, take time on that new moon to really light the way for the new way forward. So there's a period of time this month from the 11th to the 19th, roughly, so let's say the middle of the month, that is very, very auspicious for you to take the energy that you have, and I'm going to say this is Mars energy, but take the action, forward momentum, goals, and really activate it for yourself. You're going to have access to an enormous amount of clarity about what you're here to do on the planet to make the change that you need to see in the world, that you've been wanting to see in the world for years. That's why we've been walking the path we've been walking. So take time to use that energy to clarify it, to make posts, to plan your activities. Use this group, reach out to me. Let's talk about how you're going to activate and use that energy wisely for yourself. It may be as simple as an intention, but to recognize we're off to the races and we have the clarity, especially mid-month, to speak it and use it and hold it with a certain strength that maybe has been a little iffy for the last few months of this particular year. I also want you to take that time, and this one is really, really, really important, because if you're paying attention to any of the news or any of the media, what we're seeing collectively in the outer world is the ending, the way things are broken, the way things need to be dissolved. So systems, organizations, ways of being, policies, everything. We are seeing all the way that things are not serving us. And it is time now to shift ourselves individually to what it is we want and what it is we choose. What is worth our attention? What is it that we want to put our attention to? Because this is the new anchoring energy that we are instilling. So I'm going to take you back to the early 2000s and to the like the 90s, because I can take you back like to the 80s and 90s, where there was a wave of us holding the light to bring in this new ascension energy. Now it is our opportunity to anchor the energy that is around what we want to create into the future and what is worth our attention. It is important for us to shift our attention from what it is we want to get rid of to what it is we want. And that is going to create very, very quickly into the future. So that is where I'm going to encourage you to pay attention. What do you want? What is worth your attention for yourself and for the community? So let me give you an example. When I think about trash, to me trash is a big thing. Like how we consume what we consume and then what's left over after we consume it. The system's broken. Like who's responsible? No one takes responsibility. But I want to see a world where we are extremely conscious about the way we produce things, everything from every level of every corporation, and having every individual that touches that particular product take responsibility for the waste of that product. That's what I want to see happening. I want us to be that consciously aware of everything we consume. I could pay attention to the way that we don't have good policy, the way we don't have recycling in the United States, the way that we dump our trash in the oceans, the way that people, I can pay attention to all of this stuff and then it's broken. But what I'm really going to focus on is the desired outcome I want, what I want to see us doing, and focus on the activities that I can to lend myself to the desired outcome rather than speak about what is broken. So I'm going to leave you with that really powerful message that's really, really critical at this time. We're beginning a time like a 200-year cycle that is about ending old systems and building new systems. And if we can focus on the building of the new, we are going to move that along with greater grace and beauty. So This is just really, really powerful. Please leave me some comments, because if you're going to be listening in the recording, how does this strike you? What comes up for you about all of this? How can I support you with doing some of these things? Because then I can put some videos in here to help you along, if you can give me some direction on where you stand with this. But this is a really, really, really critical turning point. If you read the astrology, they're talking about Mars and Capricorn and all of these shifting structures. But fundamentally what it means is old systems that are outdated and not serving us and not giving us what we want and what's worth our attention are dissolving. And they can dissolve easily, and we can create into the future. And that's what we're doing right now. And we, this collective group, are supporting the people who are living in the midst of of those structures, and helping guide them and helping reassure them that it's okay and we have the power to create with grace. So that's my update for today, for this Monday morning. And please let me know how I can support you this week. And I'm looking forward to some updates from people. Okay, take care, you all, and I'll be in touch. We'll see ya.